Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Okay, day 19, and we're once again joined by Martin. And you excited about today's beer?
I am. I really am.
Me too, because this is from one of my favorite breweries, Rodenbach, and it is the Grand Cru. We had some questions and concerns about what year it was, but we just have to assume that since it's in the Advent calendar and it's end of the year, that it's this year's vintage.
Yeah.
So we'll just go with that.
Seems reasonable.
Yes. How do you feel about the Flemish Reds?
I love them. Love. They're not as good. It's a different beast than like a lambic goose or something.
Oh, completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Even though many people clump them together.
No. I think this is so completely different from a goose or a lambic. This just has this, like, always called nail varnish smell to it, which I just absolutely love. It's got a tartness to it.
Berries,
yeah. It just smells amazing. And this one it says aged in oak foeders.
Love those foeders.
Yep. Am I saying that right? I always feel awkward saying that.
I assume it's right.
Foeders. Yep, foeders.
Yeah. Foeder from another motor.
Yep. And Rodenbach's been around for a long time. It was founded by, I think, three brothers. And then it was sold a number of years ago to another organization. But, I mean, they've pretty much been acting autonomously as far as I know, for as long as they've been around. And do they do anything other than Flemish Reds?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think that's pretty much all. At least I've never seen anything outside of a version of a Flemish Red that they've massed or they've released to the markets. But I always, if I see it on tap, I'll usually go for that if I don't see anything else I like. It's a favorite brewery and something I always enjoy. But cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. You get that tart berry just right up front.
Yeah. A lot of nail varnish.
I didn't think this one was as bad as some of them had. Some of them can be really nail varnishy. I thought this one was a little more mellow than some of the ones I've had in the past. Some of them have just been like, oof, dear Lord, that's gotta age a little bit.
Yeah. I remember this being on the shelf of Systembolaget around 2010, 2011. And I really miss that. It's not available anymore, as far as I know. But it used to be like in the standard assortment.
Yeah, you can still get the Duchess de
Bourgogne.
Yeah, you can still find that as part of the regular assortment.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they sold it in the 25 centiliter bottles, I think. Which is another just amazing Flemish Red.
Yeah, that comment makes me realize that I focus too much on the new stuff all the time.
Yeah,
I don't actually take the time to go back to some of the really good ones, like Duchesse de Bourgogne.
Yeah, because I have a couple bottles of that. I've just been letting sit in my closet for a while because I think it ages quite nicely.
Yeah, but this particular beer, Rodenbach Grand Cru. At that time, 2010, 2011, I hosted a number of beer tastings for novices. And walking them through good lagers like Nynäshamn, IPAs, stouts, etc. And Rodenbach Grand Cru was always a part of that lineup.
Really?
Because it goes on such a weird, strange tangent. And a lot of people, not all people like it, but basically everyone who ever tried it thought it was cool, like fun, exciting. Wow, can this be beer?
Yeah, and it's like Flemish Red is a very unique style where there's nothing else like it out there. I mean, a Flemish Red is a Flemish. There can be good ones and bad ones, and but there's no other style like that just is like this style. It gets the berry and the sour with this woody, nail varnishy kind of mix in there. it's a very interesting, complex beer, and I think, like you said, it always brings conversation and gets people talking about what they're drinking, which is really all you can hope for with the beer.
I agree.
And it's not they're not high ABV beers either. This one comes in at 6%, and they usually, I think, are around 5.5 to 6.3 or something like that. They're not a high ABV beer, so you could have a bottle, split it, and you'd be very happy with that decision.
Yeah. Speaking of Rodenbach, I also remember a time where, so now they re-released the Alexander.
Yeah.
They're like flagship from the 80s and maybe 90s.
They did it once, like 20 or twice 21 years ago at this point. And then they hadn't brewed it again, and so it was a really big thing. Oh, they're going to brew Alexander again.
Yeah.
And what did you think of that?
I loved it.
Did you?
But I had never tried. I had never gotten my hands on the original.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's getting their hands on the original. That's like almost impossible to find.
Yes and no. During the years, I've traded a lot of beer with American traders, and the original Alexander was always a part of discussions on these message boards and forums where people are trading beer. So it definitely did exist, but it traded for really premium stuff.
Because, I mean, 20 years ago, I mean, nobody was really thinking about Rodenbach, and no one was really thinking about cellaring beer. And so, yeah, it probably just like came out, people tried it and went, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't think twice about it.
Bought some, drank it, moved on.
Yeah. Because Rodenbach's, again, it's been around for forever, and it's not been one of those breweries that's just been like high demand, trendy, people trying to, find rare vintages and stuff like that. Because it's just, I mean, it's just always around, and you can buy a bottle and cellar it for a few years, and it's going to taste about probably the same way as another bottle that you would have bought the year before and cellared it for a few years. So
yeah,
the Napoleon was a one-off that they just didn't really ever make again. I thought it was a little too sweet, and I bought 2 or 3 bottles of it and just been letting it age out. Yeah. I think in another couple of years it'll be quite nice.
I bought 2 bottles. I have 1 left, and now that we're drinking it, now we're talking about Rodenbach, I realized that I don't have enough Rodenbach in my cellar. I have all the standard lambics, but I have like 2 or 3 bottles of Rodenbach in total.
I've got probably 5 or 6.
Nice.
At least, because I've got the Character Rouge, I've got the one that was the vintage 2013 or something like that.
Yeah, but they make that each year.
Yeah, they make it like every other year, I think.
Maybe
comes out. But I got the one from 2013, which is amazing. And then I got a couple of the Napoleons. I just got a couple of just regular
Napoleon.
Not Napoleon.
Alexander.
Yeah, I'm missing Napoleon.
I thought, what? Am I missing some rare thing? Should I go to your cellar and just empty it out?
No, I got a couple of Alexanders, and I got a couple of other things of theirs that I've just been like bought and. But I'm not thrilled with the new packaging that they changed to, which is the plastic cover of the bottle. It feels like excessive packaging and unnecessary.
Yeah. Like a cheap bottle of sparkling wine.
It looks kind of cheap. You're right, and I really hate that. But the beer inside is amazing. All right. So what would you give this?
This might land like a 4.
Yeah.
It hits the spots. Maybe 3.75.
Yeah, I feel like a 3.75. It's a little thin in the mouthfeel. It's not as acidic as I tend to like it, but I think it's just a really beautiful beer, and really enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, day 19. We'll be back for day 20, of course.